What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about One UI 3 and when it possibly could come out. Like, not the beta version, the actual real version to your phone. Now, before we jump into the actual probable date of the One UI 3.0 software, which is going to also be Android 11 on there for your Galaxy devices, it's most likely going to come out to the S20 phones and then the Note 20, and then it'll trickle out to other devices beyond that. But again, S20 should be the very first line of devices that it comes out in. Now, this information comes from a Droid Life article, which I'll link down below. And they say, according to a text on Samsung Malaysia landing page for One UI 3 will be available from November 20th or later. Also, they quote Korea's Samsung page saying that One UI 3 will be released after November 2020. So most likely it kind of sounds like it's just going to end up being November 2020 or like towards the end of November 2020, which kind of lines up with what it has in the past pretty much. Sometimes it's fallen into December. So you're probably still looking at a very similar time frame for this year for the One UI 3 software, being that November, December range for the Galaxy S20 line of phones, and then probably 2 or 3 weeks later, you probably see it for the Note 20, and then other devices after that. You know, the other devices will probably fall into 2021. Last story of the day is about the Samsung Exynos processors, which they don't generally release here in America. And I think the last Exynos processor that we had in a phone, I think, was the Note 5, if I remember correctly. And it's usually an international processor, and it's not even everywhere in the world, but Samsung's actually going to be having a press conference on the Exynos 1080 processor. Now, this tweet comes from Ice Universe, who says Samsung Exynos 1080 will be released in Shanghai, China on November 12th. This is the first time Samsung has held a conference for the processor, which means that Samsung has begun to pay attention. And if you think about it, them paying attention means they're finally putting out processors that properly compete with Apple, with Snapdragon. So my question now to you guys is, what do you think about these Samsung Exynos processors? Do you think this is going to be the first year in a long time where Samsung actually is able to compete with Apple's processor and the Snapdragons and all of that? Let me know in the comments down below. I think it's going to be a great year for Exynos. From the benchmarks we've seen thus far for the 1080 and the 2100, which will be the 2100 to be in the flagship phones, the 1080 to be in the budget phones. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. See you down the road.